Hey everyone, this is Carl from MECHAVERSE. Welcome back to my review of the 1-to-100 Zenrai from the Frame Arms series from Kotobukya. In this part I will go over the amazingly articulated and detailed inner frame and its problems and how to fix those. Stay tuned for that. Now let's start with the articulation, and let me tell you, the articulation in these things are amazing. Just watch. Well, let's start from the bottom. The feet can move up and down pretty far, as you can see, and they can move side to side. This is one of the problems. These things like to pop out quite easily, and the inner frame is generally a little bit loose. A little glue might fix that. So as I was saying, the feet can move side to side really far, double O style. And they can rotate, of course, about this far, then they start to pop out. And the knees are double jointed, and they bend at the top joint like that, and at the bottom joint like that. So really nice. You can see there the nice knee armor separation. And this is another of the problems. And these hips like to fall apart really easily, and they are usually a pain to put back together. I find this is the main problem with this inner frame. Like that. Then the legs can rotate below the hip. They can move up pretty far, and then backward pretty far, and then they can move out about this far. So don't expect any limbo champion. But and the feet just pop out. But it's really amazing by now. And just watch. The waist can rotate 360, and then it can go backward at this joint, this joint, and then up at this joint. So you can do this movement, and then it start to fall apart. But it's my fault. I forced it. You of course aren't supposed to do such things. However, you see, it really is amazing. You can really have some fancy poses with this guy. It's almost like a human being. However, then you have the shoulder that can move forward really far. It can easily touch his own shoulder, really without any problems. And then backward as far. So if you want, you can have him touching his own shoulder, even backward, like that. That is impressive. And sorry, this little piece just fell out. It was on the back. And then the arms can, the shoulder can also move up and down a little bit, and the arms can go up about this far, so altogether this high up, pretty good. And then they can rotate 360 there, and rotate below the shoulder, bends at the elbow at two joints. It's really good, more than 90 of course, 135/180. Well, it's a really good band in any case, you can see by yourself. And and when the hand is in there, the hands can rotate, and this also the hands like to fall apart very easily. They are not the same as Bandai, they are one single piece, they are built by a lot of pieces. Well, a lot, I'd say more than Bandai, of course. And as I was saying, they can rotate and go. There is no wiggle motion because they are not on ball joint, they are on pegs. But the wrist can go up and down pretty far. So it's really amazing. And the head can move up pretty far and down and rotate 360. There are no double ball joint things, so I can't unfortunately do the chicken motion. We are all crying for that, but it's more than makeup for the rest of the articulation of this phenomenal inner frame. Now, the problems with this inner frame. First of all, the head. Let's start from the top this time. The head, it pops out more than I'd like to, but it's not just the head that pops out. The whole neck joint pops out. And it's a little bit annoying, but not that big of a deal, really. And then this little chin thing pops out. And that is really... it's not the chin that is difficult to put back, but this little piece which is for the visor, it's a little bit harder. You have to stick your finger in there, and for me that I have such big hands, it's a little bit difficult. However, it's not really a big deal, because in any case you had to take apart the head to build this Zenrai. And these feet just don't like to stay together. And this part on the back like to pop out. You saw it on the review, and well, it does really suck. And the arms are a little bit weak. They like to pop out more than I'd like to. They're not that big of a deal for now, but I wonder if with the action of time they will become more loose. We'll see. I hope not, of course. I will eventually glue this bag on, because they don't rotate anyway. They rotate at another joint. And as you saw, this little part is just a little bit too weak for my tastes. You just have to do some wrong movement and it pops out completely, tear apart the whole thing. And these hips are terrible. Really, they are. Just look at that. I just move the leg a little bit and bang, it tears apart. And they are a pain to put back. You have to fiddle around with everything to get everything lined up. And I'd say it's the worst part of the inner frame. Oh, come on! I hate you. These are the first part that I gonna glue. The first thing I will do... come on. The first thing I will do is glue these things on. They are terrible, just terrible. I hate you. And let's do the feet back together. Yes, because it went apart. And as you may imagine, the next problems is gonna be the feet. These things like to pop out way too easily. Just, I don't know, just a little gust, whoosh, they pop out. Really, I didn't pay attention on the manual before, but I hope you have to take these things off. If not, I will glue them on. Of course, 100% sure. And what else? Oh, the hands. Well, they are not part of... Technically, they are not part of the inner frame, but I want to show you the promise. You saw first that they take apart. Well, this is the open end, which is... They are 3 pieces. But the holding hand are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. And oh man, these like to pop out. Look at that. Where is the X? There it is. Just a little bit of... Yeah, the forefinger come out, the thumb comes out, and you are left with this. And if you twist it too much, it tears apart. They are terrible, really. They need some glue. You really need to glue something on this kit to have everything work perfectly. And yeah, and you will need a lot of patience to put this thing together. I didn't put together by now, but just seeing the hands, I imagine that you will need a lot of patience to build this thing. And I hope I'm mistaken. In any case, we'll see. if it's just a problem of the inner frame or if it's the whole kit involved. I hope not. So stay tuned for the next part when I'm gonna go over the fully assembled mech. And I don't know how they are called. Maybe they are the frame arms. I don't know how they are called. Well, the mech. It's more than enough. And yeah, stay tuned for the next part where I'm gonna go over the fully assembled mech, and you will gonna see my final verdict on this guy. Well, overall, I gotta say that this inner frame well, disappoint me a little bit, but overall I am really pleased because the problems, okay, they exist, and but they are really easy to fix, and the articulation is incredible. I know the armor is gonna limit that, but well, first of all, I hope the armor doesn't limit that much the articulation, and then it's nice to know that under the armor there is this freaking amazing thing. And before I quit, I wanna show you something that I didn't do on the first part of the video, and it will be the size comparison of the box. I will compare this box with some other box that you might be more familiar with. Let me just change the position of the camera, and this is the box of the GM Type D Coal District, and you can see the frame arm box is a little bit longer, but this is where, do you notice the difference? Wow. It's almost double the size of width, so you get really an idea of how many pieces there are in there. This is a smaller high-grade Universal Century box, so well, in any case, there really is no comparison. For size comparison, here it is next to the GM Coal Districts, and which is an average size suit from the Gundam series, 1 to 144 scale, of course, and you can see he is really tall. But remember, this is 1 to 100 scale, so I assume that a more fair comparison would be with the Master Grade, and I think this is about the same size of the Master Grade Victory or F91, because they are smaller suits, but unfortunately they are not around here today, so this is the comparison I have to offer you. And this was Sky from MECHAVERSE.co. Hope you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe if you haven't already, of course, and I will see you at part 3. Stay tuned for that.